having a wonderful time. How's the weekend going for you? You all having fun? So, we are back with Space Engineers. We're continuing with Survival Impossible, a Splitsies scenario. And I've made a bit of progress in the meantime while I've been offline. Because I've been doing like day shifts and night shifts, so I've not really had a decent time to stream because, you know, needing to sleep and stuff like that. So, I figured to myself, if I'm not really in a position to stream properly, I should at least do something in the background to make me more prepared for the next sort of event and the next scenario. So I've been doing a lot of mining, a bit of sort of background building. I've not designed anything new or exciting because obviously I want to keep that for when I'm actually live. But making sure that I have the materials that I need to do that is obviously paramount. And that's something that's been kind of an ongoing thing of something I've been working for. Now, the main problem I'm having at the moment is obviously getting hold of enough iron. I found a couple of iron rocks. I've been scouting about around where we are, just trying to get a lay of the land and what is it we're really up against. And I can tell you that at the moment, from what I've found, is that we are on the top of like a mountain plateau. We are pretty high up in the world. This will be very crucial for when we go towards going to space. However, because it will cut down on the amount of atmosphere that we need to go through before we get to orbit. However, there is a slight problem with this. Because we are in such a remote area, I can't use rovers to get down. The sides of the cliffs are too steep. The only way to get down is through a flying vehicle like this mining craft. However, this mining craft has very limited battery range, and at the moment it struggles to move its own weight because of the enhanced gravity on this particular planet. And power's another issue as well. I'm having trouble generating power. It seems, you know, I've got a hydrogen engine running on the base that I've constructed. However, no sooner have I put ice into it, it just runs out of hydrogen. So that's something that I'm having to constantly feed it with hydrogen to try and charge the batteries on the base, which then try and charge the batteries on the ship. And it's very labor intensive. So I'm figuring what I need to do is I need to upscale my operation with a larger mining vessel. I think that's going to have to happen. Luckily, we have lots of rock at the moment, which is very good for... It's good for general purpose. It's not necessarily as ideal as... This is why I've been looking for iron, actual iron, rather than... Oh, this is going to hurt. Come on. Yeah, the problem is once it starts going down, it doesn't want to come back up again. So landings have been a little bit skiffy at the moment. Oh, there's the original hole there, Doug. So I wasn't too far off when I came back here. No, that's fine. But yeah, so we've... with the help of my new friend Ronin, who was with us last week, we ended up making a fair bit of progress on top of the work that I'd already done. I was already doing quite a bit to begin with, but it was kind of spurred me on to try a little bit harder. And so far, this is the barn. Now I've built this while he's been away, so when you do come back to the game, Ronin, there will be much change. I've removed a lot of things from the old base that we had somewhere over there. And yeah, so I'm not going to worry too much about those. However, so what I've been building, and why are you burning a hole through the... There you go. It was yeah, it's because it was trying to fall, I think. Right, so that's off. And I've been building like a little base in here. I was trying to seal it off, but then I realised you have to have like walls around the area, so this would have to be one big room, effectively. So I'm just in the process of renovating a few things. Because I've realised that putting those it's not ideal. I'm going to build an actual sort of like dedicated... This is kind of an industrial area, so I'm actually not going to worry about... Whoops, what's that? So I'm actually not going to worry about sealing this area as much. because of the fact that really all that's going to be happening is just processing material, and I'm very rarely going to ever actually be in here. So let's just keep picking up all this stuff, make sure we've got everything. Yeah, looks to be the way. But the main point is that there's just a little bit of armor on the outside here to protect the squishy internals of our base. So what I need to build, I think, is I need to build a large grid mining ship. That would be ideal. As you can see from our batteries, even because I've got this hydrogen engine here, our batteries currently as it stands are fully recharged in a day. I have a lot of wind turbines currently. Well, I've got about 7 wind turbines, and that is just not enough. So we either need to build more wind turbines, or what I'm thinking of doing, and I'd need a special ship to do it because I can't build scaffolding high enough, is I'm thinking of building a solar array, quite a large one. Problem is, it would be very vulnerable to enemy fire, but in terms of power generation, solar panels are a little bit more effective, so to speak. Snowball? How'd you like to be called Private Snowball? Do you like that name? And I think you shall be banned with my hammer. Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay, let us move on. So, I built this kind of contraption here because I just needed to charge this rover. I realised it's incredibly inefficient. There are other ways I could have done it. But that is fine. The main thing is that I needed this rover to be charged somehow. And what's the battery status at the moment? It's 20% at best. See, this is the problem. I've got so many things that need to be charged that it's just not happening. So I have been picking up ice. This is now on 15%. Let's see. So I'm doing a bit of mining. So this is the constant battle that I've had at the moment. It's just constantly either picking up ice to feed into the hydrogen engine, or I'm trying to get hold of ore in order to build stuff. Now I do have a fair stockpile of ore because I've been picking up stone. But I'm thinking if I can build a nice large grid mining ship. But again, the problem I have is actually going to be charging it. So I'm thinking of hydrogen rather than battery, seeing as the fact that I already have like a large, I can get hydrogen everywhere I go. So I'm thinking of using a hydrogen based design rather than battery one, because batteries just, I can't charge them fast enough. It's an inefficient method. Whereas with the amount of hydrogen that I've got, if I had a mining ship with a O2 converter, it could make its own fuel effectively. Or I can load it while it's on the ground. So that's going to be my next plan. But first off, I'm just going to, because I've got a couple of minutes of power on this, I'm just going to use it to get the base sort of power grid running again. I feel a little bit energized because I've been doing really well. Because like I say, I've been working. I've got my new job. Everything's going fantastically. I've been able to, get very basic things out of the way, which I've been putting off, obviously due to the COVID and just generally not having any money. Like being able to get new shoes. You might think that that's a really silly thing, but the feel of just new shoes and being able to wear them is just phenomenal. And it's like my new car that I've got. Well, it's 13 years old, but it's new to me. It drives well. It's not got any problems with it. It's not causing me any trouble. Well, it caused me some problems when I bought it, but when you spend next to nothing on something, it comes with a few problems. But once they'd fixed all those electrical issues up, it runs like a dream, and it does ridiculous miles to the gallon. So that's going to be my travel bus for getting around. I've picked up a new PC case, which is a legacy Cooler Master product, and that is going to be the basis of my new build PC when it comes to getting all the components. So it's going to be a very exciting couple of weeks. As I say, I do apologise that my streams are pretty much all over the place at the moment. I'm having to do them around work, so it's a case of prioritising. I'm not saying that you guys aren't important to me. It's just that, you know, paying my bills might just take a little bit higher up on the list. Yes, Nan. Right. Put it in the oven. I'll have it later. Yeah, my nan's kind of OCD. She's obsessed with making me tea at certain times of day. So you'll often hear her in my streams in the background, just like kind of piping in. You know, I'm always running her around places and getting her what she needs. So that's fun. Ooh, yeah, so this particular design is not very graceful. I could do with something a little bit chunkier. So hopefully that will be enough ice to last us for a couple of minutes. That's the problem with the hydrogen engine. It just absolutely chews through hydrogen. So, and it's chewing through it faster than I can make with that small grid ship. So let's see if we've got this running. This will be charged in 2 hours. Okay, so that should be okay. We'll get that running. How are we doing for power? We're on 8. One more run, I think, and then I'm going to focus on something else, like building the new hydrogen miner. Because a hydrogen miner will be able to travel a lot further than a battery one. I can even use this to refuel it as well, which is going to be amazing. So we'll see about what kind of design we want to go for. I'm thinking, do I want to go for a double or a triple miner? Do I want to go for a single mine, a single mining drill? Again, I mean, in terms of actual materials, I appreciate that a large grid's going to be a lot heftier than a small grid. But small grid does have its limitations in terms of just raw capacity. It's like this has got a 6,000 litre capacity, which, I mean, a single small large grid cargo container is 15,000. The large cargo container is something like 420,000. It's just ridiculous. I don't think I would. I think I would be using small cargo containers for the mining ship. I don't think I'd use a large grid container because of the fact that it's just too big. I don't think I'd be able to build, at this moment in time, I don't think I'd be able to build something with the amount of engines and thrust required to lift something like 1 million tons. Seeing as we can only just about manage 50. Oops. Oh dear. Right, so that should, theoretically, be enough to charge some batteries. So we've currently got, so you can see here we are getting a decent amount of power input, but it is being shared amongst all the different battery units, which that's part of the problem. I mean, that's 4%. There we go. It's just chewing through the batteries. I've got the vent on the outside, which has filled all these tanks. So when I do eventually have a space that I can conceal, I will have a. In fact, let me see if I think now. Oops, if I come through here. And then if I come through here, just clean up some of this stone. Oh, what did I break? There we go. Slowly. Yeah, so it's up to 100%. That's fine. Right, I'll pop those in there for now. So what the idea will be is I'm going to build out the back here. I'm going to build like a little room. Problem is I need silver. What I want to do is I want to find some silver so I can build an actual set of cryopods, a medical room, that sort of thing, all in the back here. So what I might do is I'll probably go down a level, build a room around here, and just put some double doors on it. And then I can just come down here, through here, and that way I'll always have somewhere safely hidden behind, components, armor, and concrete that can withstand pretty much any firepower. Because I don't think nothing really is going to get through this fortress that I've built. And that's the main thing. That's what I want to do. How are we doing for battery power? Yeah, 6%. That's not too bad. We are still running on hydrogen, but it looks like. So it's fully recharged in 2 hours. That's not going to be forever, though. That's the problem. So these are. Let's see. Tell you what, let's unlock this. We've got 15 hours of power. I think if I. Yeah, I'm thinking if I just park this for now, preferably not in the hole that I've been mining. If I just park this for now over here, I don't have to worry about its battery, draining the charge, because I really don't need to worry about if this is charged or not, because it's not doing anything that I need it to do. It was a transport at best. I may repurpose that into something else, but at the moment that is not the case. So let's just get some oxygen. Could I turn, actually, thinking about it, could I turn this into a... No, because I want to make a large grid, don't I? That's the thing. So that's going on 6%. Yeah. Ideally, I need this to be charged more than anything else. See, 1 hour. So as soon as I took those extra 2 batteries off, it reduced the amount of time it's going to take to charge up. So I'm thinking if I put this on charge, because I need this to be charged more than anything else, I can then use that to hopefully gather the ice that I need. So, what are we doing here? I don't need all this construction anymore, because all I've done is I've charged the battery for about 5 minutes. That's going to hit the deck in a second. Yeah, I thought so. Whee. Yeah, I forgot that that was going to fall, but I also couldn't reach it. So that's fine. So if I continue to have... Ooh, so we got... Okay, so this... Yeah, so I need to get some more plates so that I can fix that hole. I am then going to finish... I am then going to actually... I will eventually weld it all, but it's not essential right now. So if we can just go into here... Need some steel plates. How many more steel plates we got? There we go, that'll do. Okay, so let's have that, that. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Get this done. There we go. Right, so we've now got like a bit of a landing pad. I am trying to think. Ideally, what I'm only going to want to do is have a connection point with this tower. So if I was to go, so let's see. If I was to go, because what I want to probably do is build a rotor that comes out this way, and then I can build outwards with a large grid ship. Yeah, so I can have this as like a construction yard. But the problem I have is the fact that building is going to be difficult at best. So I'm thinking if I make this, I don't need to make this too high. So if I'm thinking if I, what there? Let's have a look. Yeah, so I'll tell you, if we have this two off the ground, I can build this. I'll build the original base level, which I could then weld up from the bottom. Right, okay. Okay, let's see, as I'm going to have to probably keep coming up this tower. I'm going to go like this. I will hold the hole there. Need to get hold of some interior plate. Yes, we do. Get hold of some interior plate. Thank you very much. So I'll have that there, which will then be. So I think what I'll do is I'll build this, so I know where it is. Right, so let's get all those in production. Then we can build this. And I'm going to dig a tunnel through to here. So basically I've always got like some sort of connection point that I can access to. So if we get, for example, that's cargo, small cargo thing. So I'm thinking I'm going to use these. Actually, no, no, I can't. Do I want to use a large cargo container? Not really. I'm thinking the settings on those is. I'm trying to think of what I need in order to build this. So this is going to be at my access point so that I can gather materials. I'm going to get some oxygen. I sentence you to 24 hours WOO without oxygen. But this is fine. This is fine. So I'm going to have this here. I'm going to have a gantry over here. Okay, so this is going to go around here. Right, thinking if I can just dig down this hole. I only need to, because I'm just basing so that I can actually crawl through and actually get the materials I need. That's all I need to do. And then I can also, if I Oh wait, no, if I go back into my tools, there's my pod. There's my pod. There's my pod. Alright, so my pod's over there. It's around here somewhere. There we go. There we go. Ah, right. Oh, so I've made it. Ah, I've made a tunnel directly into my base. This is awesome. It's I was not planning that, but that was very fortuitous. In fact, I could. That's where I could. That's where I could make the room for my strategic recovery. Just make sure we're all. So let's see if we can get hold of some of those. Right, so we've got these. Now I just need to go into my routing phase. Come down here. Yep. So we're gonna just come. I only need pipe. Laying pipe, my friend. Laying pipe. That's what I'm doing. It's not the one I'm after. This is not the pipe you are looking for. Right, so if I come down here, and if I can have this, right, so that should do me in terms of. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I get past here? No, I can't. Oops. Right, so we can definitely get things moving anyway. So we can build this. So I have to build. We're gonna have to try and build what we can. It's mainly just stuff that I'm missing. What I really could have done with is the extra assemblers that I was going to be building. Yeah, motors are going to be a problem, but that's okay. We can deal with this. We can deal with this. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, because I'm going to need some extra nickel at some point. And I might even connect up the turret that's down at the bottom eventually. Not right now though. Okay, so I just need to add a pipe. And a pipe. And pipe. It's all about that pipe, yo. Pipe, 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 pipe. So I'm thinking if I just go into here and I do this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put those into production. I should be able to just okay, so we're making, yeah, so I've got enough hydrogen for, well, I've got enough oxygen for now. Let's get this out of the way. I know this is not the most exciting part, but I want to, what I need to do is have a point where I can build my, there we go, where I can build my ship and then I can also refuel it. So I can use the smaller miner to sort of kickstart the process of filling the tanks, so to speak. So those are connected to those. Shall we just... Oh, oh, I nearly fell through the wall then. That was very, very disturbing. Oh no! I've fallen through the center of... Oh no! Falling to my doom. Don't like it. Dislike. Okay, so this should allow me to build the connections that I need. Boom. Thank you. That one, that one, that one, and that one. Right, let's get these built. Doopy 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 doo. Let's build ourselves a base and make it look good. Well, we won't make it look good because I haven't got the materials for that. Ain't got no time for that. Right, so those batteries in it. Those batteries are flat. They are pancake flat. And that is now on 54%. Yes, it is. Right, so what I can now do is use this to fill up the... See, this is what I'm going to build a large grid mining ship for, is so that I can just get vast quantities of ice in very short order. So I think from now on all of our craft are going to be hydrogen powered. That's just going to be a given, considering the amount of the availability of ice. I mean, battery power is going to be good for things like rovers or anything that doesn't have a lot of power usage. But things that fly, definitely going to need to be hydrogen or nuclear powered if I can find some, if I can shoot something down that's got like a reactor. But I haven't found any of the relevant materials yet, so. So let's get this out of the way. This could probably do with a few extra engines on it, to be honest. It is a very ungainly boat, I tell you. I tell you. Okay. Oops. So we'll... Every time we land it, put it on charge. Because otherwise what happens is, I think it starts to try and naturalize the battery so that it tries to cross the charge over all of them. And quite frankly, ain't got no time for that. I need all the power to be going into charging this bad boy. What I need to not do is forget to turn the charge off when I try to take off, because what will happen is I will fall to my doom. Not that that has happened, several times or anything. No, I would never admit to that. No. I got a haircut yesterday. I was really pleased with it, and then I showed my parents like, "But I thought you said you were getting a haircut." I was like, "Yeah, I did. I had the side shave. I've now got all that long hair at the side of my head is now gone, so I can have just a ponytail. I basically got a mullet, and it's like they keep telling me, "Yo, you need to shave your head. You need to shave your head," and they're like, "Why? I'm a grown man. I can do whatever I want with my hair." And I think that's an important thing is being able to just be yourself. I mean, I've always wanted long hair. It's kind of like been my dream since I was a kid to have like long flowing hair in a ponytail. And now I've got it. So it's like, I've achieved one of my goals in life. That to me, that means something to me. So I'm debating to build another tower of wind turbines, but at the same time, I'm not sure if there's any point. Now that we have the capacity to handle large quantities of ice, I don't think I need it. So I'm looking at that. So fully depleted in 19 seconds. And then I see it is charging, but at the same time it's not charging. So we'll see. Okay, so in the meantime, let us continue the build. So I need to get hold of some some tubing. And some oxygen so we don't suffocate. That would also be helpful, I think. There we go. I think for the time being I can put the gun away. What you gonna do? Legitimate. Tofu. Okay, so that's that, and then if I can just put I'm trying to think now, what do I want to put on there? Not a piston, no. I'm going to build an advanced rotor. Like that. And like I say, the reason I want the advanced rotor is so that I can basically pipe straight into the ship. And then I'm going to build a relatively small ship. It's not going to be like $2,000. But at the same time, it does need to be slightly meaty because of the fact that it's going to have to carry its own weight. And it's mainly going to be a miner, I think. So we will see about... I think the main thing is going to be getting the propulsion system online. Everything else will just span from that. So let's see, we've got some of those, and so we can build that to... I'll tell you what, if we use a conveyor first, because then we can build off from that. I can see this is going to be problematic. Actually, no, it won't, because can just do that. Right, okay. It's fine. So if I build that, build that, build that. Oops. Oh dear. Oh, I forgot all about that. Need to remember that falls are very dangerous in this particular world. Okay, so we should. Oh wait, didn't we? We did. We load. That's the reason I've put that there, is for convenience. It's all about that convenience. And the Pentiums. Don't forget the Pentiums. As to quote Will Dale. Right. Right, so we get those built in. I have a feeling lots of mining is going to be in order. So the idea is we're going to build a nice. Oh, come on. Why did you tell me that you'd got everything you needed and then didn't actually have everything you need? Why did you do this to me? Why? So I'm thinking, do I want to make it into a large grid mining ship, or do I just want to build a larger hydrogen powered version of that one? Part of me's thinking I could do with. Yeah, I need a large grid. That's what I'm going to need. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to build the ship itself first. And then I'll worry about the actual mining sections of it soon. Right, so. This is going to have a large hydrogen tank. Oops. Basically that. What should I put? I don't know. Should I go for a medium? Oh, small. What's the mass? 750 litres. So much. Hydrogen tank. 15 million versus 1 million. I don't know. What shall we do? Part of me thinks that maybe what I should do is two medium tanks. But for the amount of space, I could probably just put one large tank. I mean, what's the mass? I mean, it's only a third. It's only like, well, it's twice the weight, but an absolute beast of a capacity. It is a conundrum. That is what it is. So definitely want to build this ship around the fact that it's going to be. Tell you what, let's go into here first. So that's going to have a cargo inventory. That's 420 kiloliters. This is going to need its own landing pad. This is just going to be an absolute monster. Trying to think now. Can I even build something this big? I don't think I can, you know. I don't think I have the materials for this kind of thing. Do you know, I'm having second thoughts about the size of this, considering the materials required. Some interior plates. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll do a halfway house. If we can make a 30,000, so we can have two containers like that. I can then have two hydrogen tanks like that. Yeah, that'll do. And then I can go conveyor block, conveyor block, conveyor block. Oops, conveyor block, conveyor block. That should then give me all the connection possibilities that I need in order to route things around. That's what I'm going to need. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. So if I can just finish that. Large grid is expensive. I'm going to have to go on some mining sprees, I think. I mean, I do have quite a bit of material, but I don't think I have anywhere near as much as I actually need. That had better be for everything, because if I get up to the top of here and it's not filled... See? I told you it was lies. It told me lies! It told me sweet little lies. So if I can add that, that, and not that to the build planner, that would be sugar. That would be absolutely fantastic. If you don't mind. Energy low, you say? Well, that's just not on. It's not cricket. Come around here. So what we're going to do is we are going to build ourselves a large grid mining ship. I'm thinking I'm going to have 2 drills on it. Yeah. So let's build that. And that. Right, there we go. So we can build that, put that over there. It's kind of interesting, you know, not having a jetpack to use in order to build ships. So I'm going to have to build... It's going to be a brick, let's be honest. This is going to be a brick to begin with, because that is the only way that I'm going to be able to get near it. I just need it somewhat functional. And then I can focus on... So we can have that, we can have that. Once one of these is built, I can actually place orders and stuff through the actual ship itself, which will be awesome. And then I can actually build, you know, on the ship rather than... So again, just kind of making my journey a little bit more efficient. Right, so we're going to have that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Whether it's actually producing any of the materials I need is a different story. Let's have a look at production. How are we doing? We're getting there. Is that an oxygen tank? That is an oxygen tank. That is not the tanks that I needed. Ah, no. Yeah, I'm gonna have to grind them down. Fortunately, it will salvage most of the components, but it's not ideal. Right, so if I can just go back into there, small hydrogen tank. There we go. Right, so if I can just go into here. So I can have that one, that one, that one. You know, you make mistakes, it's fine, but at least it's not necessarily the end of the world, because I can just build what I need from here. Okay, so we'll put these in here, and those in there. Keeps telling me I've picked up enough stuff, but I suppose it's picking up such a random jumble of stuff that it's... where's my... No, that's not good, is it? Oxygen tank, where is it? Inventory. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna... Right, so I'm gonna try and build a large grid. I'm still not thinking though. I'm still thinking that those mediums aren't big enough. But I'm thinking for the size of the vessel, I suppose it's not going to be that bad. Yeah, it'll be okay, I think. I'll tell you what, let's just... yes, production has stopped because I have run out of iron. Yeah, so I have a feeling that producing on a large scale is going to be difficult at best. Need to find another source of iron. Just go a quick scout around because I've got half an hour of power. Certainly need to find another way of... Seems to look for like large stones maybe. Over there could yield some results maybe. Just looking to see if there's anything on the ground down here I can use. This is one of the problems, and like I say, I want to get to the point where so what I'm probably going to have to do is build a miner first, build a single drill miner. It'll be relatively small in terms of large grid, but the capacity will be absolutely immense. At least compared to this thing. Or should I scrap it all, recycle it, and then build like just a bigger version of this, but with more capacity and more engines? That's something I could do. That is a possibility. I'm just trying to think. Is there any rocks around here that I can use? Doesn't look like it. It's pretty barren, and that is a slight problem here. I can't see the actual. I need the large grid detector in order to find the ore, basically. Which is the other reason why I want to build a large grid ship. I mean, you can technically attach a large grid to a small grid, but it involves a little bit of finagling, and I'm not that good at that. So I'm thinking if I just get a couple of, there's probably like 1 or 2 loads of iron left in this. Maybe just one more. Come on, 61. You can do it. Yeah, it's at its limit. 60 tons. That's how much I can lift at the moment. Do you even lift, bro? You know, the actual power supply is fine. It's just obviously how long the power lasts is the problem. And if I try to lower it down, it will hit the ground, and I'd rather it didn't do that. So we'll just keep going. Like I say, I want to find another source of iron at some point. I could preferably do with an iron vein, because that would be a lot more iron and stone. Let's see, so if we can just slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, lose the speed, lose the speed. Don't mind coming in at about 20 meters per second here, but I certainly don't want to be slamming into a mountain at 100, because there will be nothing left. It will destroy even the destroyed. Okay, so we are still falling. See what I mean about the momentum? It's just absolutely immense with this gravity. Okay, right, so we'll land, we've got the iron. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Okay, right, so we'll leave that on charge for now. And then hopefully this will allow me to finish where I started. So I'm thinking if I can at least make it fly, that would be good. So what I need to do is I need to set these to stockpile. Which, yeah. So we need to build that, and that. Da -da 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 -da. Clearly that was a lie, because you clearly did not give me what I needed for those. Why did it build that one but not that one? Right, so these should now fill up. So we've got 30,000 kilos of capacity, 30,000 litres of capacity, which is 5 times the capacity of that one. And I've got 2 sets of large tanks, so I can now have, so I'll probably have like an engine in each corner, and then, so I think what I'll do is if I go here, we can have here, I'm going to have an onboard, so I need steel plate for that, don't I? Yeah, so if we can go into empties. Right, so I'm thinking, so let's just make sure, yeah, so I've got at least one connection there. Part of me's thinking, do I even want to do that? Should I maybe have 2 on the side? No, should I have 1 on the side? That's going to make it off balance, isn't it? Yeah, if I tell you, if I have 1 there, because then I can attach that directly to the cockpit, can't I? Because we are going to have a cockpit, because this is going to be just a normal sort of, yeah. So let's build that, and let's build that. Oh dear. So I can build this, build that. Right, so that should then give me access to this. Sweet. The only thing I've not got is bulletproof glass, but that's fine. This ship is going to be ugly as sin, but it'll be fine. Okay. Right. Trying to think how I'm going to do this. I'm thinking the sideways motion is going to be dealt with by. I'm going to have another connector on the front, I think. Actually, no. I could have sideways motion on the back. I only really need 2, maybe. We'll start off with 2, and we'll work from there. If that's so, I'll tell you, if we can go into here. There's my, oops. Okay, so we've got those. Right, so I can have that. And then if I go into this, I can put here. Large hydrogen thruster. Yeah, I'm not building a large one, but I am going to build a one. There we go. So that one. That one. Let's see what we're going to do around here. Oops. Uh-oh. That was not what I intended. But I'm thinking if I can have, say maybe 2. If 2 can lift its own weight, I'll be happy. But what I might do is have 4 on the bottom. I'm more worried about it lift up than I am anything else. Four may be overkill. It may use far too much fuel, but we'll see. Let's just keep this going. Okay, let's just go and sit in the cockpit for a bit. Right, so that's fine. Okay. Whoops. So yeah, this is going to be kind of like, this is going to be hopefully our main mining ship. I am going to armor this a little bit, so we'll have armor protecting the nozzles, for example. The other one's quite bare, doesn't really have anything covering anything. I know the armor. I think I might even go so far as to, depending on how well this flies, I might even go so far as to put heavy armor on the bottom, because it does take a bit of a bashing. But if this flies really well, then I might not need to. So as long as everything's connected up to the hydrogen tanks, this should, in theoretically, this should fly. What I need it to do, oops, come on. Why can I not withdraw 3 metal grids? Have I run out of iron again? No, I haven't. Right, okay, so that's there. What's probably going to happen is as soon as this takes off, it's going to absolutely decimate this little landing pad. But that's fine, I'm not too bothered by that. That is absolutely fine by me, not a problem. So, what are we going to do with this one? Oh! I'm thinking, I'm going to have... I think this is going to be a bit of a wide boy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. And have... Partly what I want to do is have all the engines on the bottom. Well, not on the bottom actually. I'll have, actually, no, I can have the maneuvering thrusters on the top, can't I? Don't necessarily need to have them. I've just realised everybody's realised a mistake. I now can't get onto the thing. I'll tell you what, we can have it like that, can't we? No, because that's a really weak design. What's going to happen there is as soon as that hits the ground, it's just going to go boom. And don't get me wrong, I love it when things go boom, but not right now. Doom and gloom when things go boom. Let me see if I can I find a catwalk? Yes, I can. Ah, dear, that really hurts. Kinda wish I would stop doing that. Yep. So if I have you doing that, construction components. I can get construction components. I'm pretty sure I've got plenty of those. I have got plenty of those. Awesome. Nice. Right, so what I can do is I can just build this catwalk, and I can just walk over. How's that? Where there's a will, there is a way. So, we've got in the build plan nothing. Well, you're the wrong way round for a start, so that's not going to help. 7, 5. That's 2 of those. So we get these built. That will at least give us some lateral stability. What I don't have at the moment is forward and backward stability. Oh, or a gyro. So we're going to have to work on that as well. We'll see how well this flies without any equipment on it. If it flies like a pig, then obviously I'm just going to turn it into like a long-range explorer. Alright, okay, let's get this going. So we've got that. If I can at least even get this just to mine, even if it's just not very well, it would still be an improvement over what I'm currently having to use. So ideally, these will be thrusting. In a second. Do 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 do. Right, so we've got left and right thrusters. I'm thinking I can just condense this down a little bit because everything has at least one point of connection. I don't necessarily need 2 points of connection. This isn't going to be tunneling, so I'm not too worried on that front. What I don't need it to do is enable to place hydrants. There we go. Because I'm going to need lateral stability in steel plate. Okay, I always need steel plate. More steel plate. More steel plate. Dun 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 dun. Oh. That's fine, so we can have that on there. I think I'm going to have an oxygen tank on here as well, actually, considering it's such a big ship. I think that might be an idea. And then, like I say, if I can get this processing stone and what have you. I've just realised why I wanted those to have connectors on them. Yes, 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 yes. I've just realised why the reason that I put that connection there in the first place was because what I wanted to do was have some drills sticking out the front, and I can't do that if they're not there. So that's that. That's that. That's why I wanted those there, because this is going to be quite a wide ship. So what I could do is, well, we've got, so I could have the forward and back thrusters up here, couldn't I? Just trying to work out how to get this done. No, that's what we want. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is of that. Yeah, we'll have that. Oh wait, that's going to cause me problems. Okay, so let's go down. Let's go get some oxygen. Having multiple bottles really does help me a lot of the time. There we go. So that's actually pretty good. I'm gonna need a I'm thinking I could probably just put a large thruster on the back, maybe? Actually, no, I can do better than that. I could really just go that way. Hold that, put that there. Why can I not? Okay, right, so let's have that. Let's get this built. Let's get this done. Okay, so the back end's going to sort of taper a little bit in the way that I'm going to trying to think now, how would I go about this? Let's see. I'm still thinking, have I run out of product? Because I've got to have run out of iron at some point. Yeah, I did. I ran out of iron. That's one of the major problems that I've got, is just constantly running out of iron. I need to find a decent source of it, and I don't know where to go. I don't know. Alright, so I mean, I've not even built the drill yet, you know what I'm saying? And the hole that this thing's going to drill once it's done is going to be immense. I mean, this can carry 6,000 litres, which is about, yeah, it's about 60 tons. The next one is like 4 times the size. I really could do with making it wider, I think. Just give myself, you know, more building room. But at the same time, I've only got so much space to build in that dock, which is kind of my own fault, because obviously I built the dock, but I only built it to house a rover. I didn't design to build it as a shipyard. So we shall see. What's probably going to end up happening for the first couple of trips is I'm going to end up just mining stone, because I don't have any other ores that I can get at the moment. So I'm thinking if I just do a couple of trips like this, that should give me hopefully enough, maybe enough, possibly enough. I'll do 2 or 3 of these trips because they only take me a few seconds. So this mining ship has really done it, has really served its purpose. It's kind of, you know, I'm quite proud of the way it's turned out in terms of its abilities. It's limited, but then again, you know, it's the first flying ship that I built, so you know, it's bound to have its limitations. I mean, it could be upgraded in size, but then that involves adding more engines, more complexity, and the way that it's built just doesn't really allow for that. But it allows for additional engines, but it's not really got the I haven't really got the power generation to be able to feed those extra engines. So let's just get this new behemoth on the way. There we go. I mean, that should be more than enough material for the time being. All I want to do is get it flying. Oh, speaking of getting it flying. I'm going to need to get some more ice, aren't I? That's what I'm going to do, get some more ice. While I've got this flying piece of rice. And then I'll work on getting the armor sorted. I'll put it on the ground to do that. I might even build a ladder on the side of it, you know, like a proper industrial style. Just gonna... Thinking what I'll do is I'll build the... I could actually build the engines on top. Now that I think about it. So let's just keep it going. We're going to make a little snowstorm here. I say it's quite versatile the way it works. You know, it'll mine ice, it'll mine stone. It's got its own little fuel. It's got its own little hide. It's got its own little electric motor. Oh, that reminds me, I need to build a battery on the beastie. I'll build 2 batteries, I think. I could build a hydrogen. In fact, yeah, if I build a hydrogen engine on one side, and I build a pair of batteries on the other, just for symmetry. So I could build this up. And then I can build this up. Right, get that. So let's have that. What else do we need? What else do we want? I think in terms of oxygen, I'm not. Well, I'm going to put a vent in. I'll put a vent on it in order to deal with the oxygen side of things, because I don't actually need an oxygen tank, so to speak. So I'm thinking if I go into here, go into batteries, I'm going to need steel plates. Let's empty. And if I just put 1 battery there. And then just build what I need. So I need the power cells. So the power cells are currently the problem. Well, I've only got 1 major assembler at the moment. I've got the basic assembler on the side, but that's not really. Production assembler. I always find that I don't want the basic assembler to be. I mean, I might actually get rid of the basic assembler in the end, because it's not as efficient as the other one anyway. So let's just build this up. I know that, you know, it's a waste. It seems like a waste of materials to be building a battery all the way up, but you know, I kind of. So yeah, battery. Yeah, there we go. So I got the 1 steel plate that I had left is what I used for the battery. Take 10. Oh, dear. Let me guess. Battery. Don't want plates. And I've run out of iron again. Have I run out of iron again? I think I've run out of iron again. Oh dear. Let's see, so I've got no. So I need 10 to be construction components, 10, production. Again, this is the problem I'm having with materials, not being able to get basically what I need. So we need to and stone is really not, it's really inefficient. It's just not ideal. But until I can find an iron vein, there's not really much else I can do. So it's just going to be a case of like, once I can get this mining ship up and running, then hopefully the sheer quantity of ore that I'll have will solve the problem. Yeah, well, quantity has its own qualities. So if I could just get the sheer amount of resource processing that I need. So, all right, so let's get this show on the road, shall we? You know, keep digging this hole because I'm going to turn this hole into a hangar anyway. So this, I don't really want to make it too big at the moment. I just kind of want to. I just want to kind of grind out a cavern that I can then turn into a production, like a almost a protected hangar, effectively, for larger ships, without having them being exposed. And then I can park them so they're not exposed to the elements and enemy attack as much. I can have like turrets protecting the entryway. So we get that done. I'm probably going to make this not unnecessarily too long of a stream. I'll have to see what's occurring in the world, but we're on an hour and a half at the moment. I'm doing quite well. I'm feeling good. I just want to get it finished. You know, like when you've started a project and you want to finish it, but you don't really want to spend all day doing it. That's basically me right now. It's like I want to get it done, but at the same time, I want other stuff to do. Places to be, cars to drive. So yeah, so that in terms of actual materials, that should be enough. Excuse me. So we've now got 2 large batteries on the side. How are we doing? If I can pick up some construction components, which I do believe I can. I can't because of the fact I ain't got any. Let's get a couple of those out. We'll just get a couple of those made, because I'm going to need all of these anyway. What I want to eventually have is like stockpiles of material. So we're going to have that. 8. Come on, there we go. So I need that one, that one, that one, that one. And then if I can go into here, I can go before. Just build a set of stairs. It's mainly just for construction purposes, just so I can build a gantry around it, so they can actually start building around. In fact, let me just take a screenshot or two, because you know, building a large grid with no jetpack is no mean feat. So let's see if we can. So we've got a hydrogen processor up on the top here. I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking if I build a hydrogen engine here, this could, yeah. But so I've got the batteries here. Build the hydrogen engine here. I might have the, yeah, I'll have the drills on the front, sort of side by side. So if I have a hydrogen engine, this will help charge the batteries more than anything else. I'm going to keep kind of. I was hoping to turn it upside down, but I can't. So I wanted to use the port. Tell you what, if I have that there, I can. Yeah, that means I can. I just realised that means I can I could put an oxygen tank on the front. Again, wouldn't be pretty, but it doesn't need to be. In fact, I'm trying to think now. If I go like this, turn the engine around. See, I kind of want to use the port on the bottom. Having the port on the bottom feels like it would be useful. At the same time, it's not necessarily essential. Just wondering, could if I leave that empty? Well, I'll tell you what. If I turn that into a conveyor at the moment, and then what I'll do is I'll leave this particular section blank, because what I'm thinking of doing is, we'll see how it flies. If it's if it can handle more weight than I'm giving it credit for, then what I'll do is I will okay, I'm thirsty. I need to thirsty and hungry. Oh, that's gonna be nice. I haven't got any food, have I? See if we can get some of our. There we go. That'll do. That'll keep us going for the time being. Right. So I'm trying to. So I'm trying to build this. Have we run out of materials again? Yes, we have. Inventory. How are we doing for inventory? I'm sure I've got plenty of motors. How many feels we've got plenty of motors? No, we don't. So this is the problem I'm having with materials, is that I am constantly running out of iron. Now I do know that I think there's still some iron rock left over, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and get that. So I want to make that ship relatively self-sufficient so that it can charge its own batteries, it can refill its own tanks, and that way I don't have to constantly worry about connecting it to the base. I can just, if for example I just fill it full of ice and leave it sat on the snow, it will it'll recharge itself to a degree, because the hydrogen engines don't need, the hydrogen engines just need hydrogen, and the batteries will just be running the major systems anyway. And I can always use it as like a mobile generator if needs be. So once the batteries are actually full, if I connect it to a ship or a base, it can use it. I can use it to recharge the batteries to a degree. So yeah, so we've still got, I think we've got maybe one more trip out of this, hopefully. Although it's looking like that might be the last of it. So we'll see. Hopefully there's a little bit more left. Sometimes with these rocks there's a little bit underground, or at least under the snow. Yes, there is. Right, that is... Oh, we are at the very limit of our lifting capacity, as you can see here. We are just about getting off the ground. Yeah, I'm going to have to lose some of this stone. There we go. No, 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 no. I tell you what, let's... Oops. Just put that on the deck, and then that way I can get rid of this. So, yeah. So there we go. Right, so 63. I can lift 63. 67, a little bit too much. You'd think, so like, 2,000 or 3,000 kilos, you think, oh, well that's, that shouldn't make too much difference, but it does. It is the difference between you getting off the ground and you not getting off the ground. It's just chewing through battery at the moment, which again, it's taken me days to, this battery has never been fully charged. It's taken me days to get it to the point where it's even half charged. That's how difficult this scenario is in terms of actual battery power. So that was a mistake of mine that I've learned. But like I say, it's earned its place. It's it's definitely earned its weight with materials. More than that, it's many times over. In fact, let me just turn it off. What I want is, before I go, so hopefully within the next sort of 20 minutes, is to have the new ship flying. I don't necessarily need it mining, I just need it flying. And then I can worry about putting things like armor on it and additional utilities. I will think about putting some landing gear on it actually, so that I can dock it to things. Come on, don't crash on me! Don't crash on me! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! You can do it! You can do it! Stop! 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 Please! I'm begging you! Oh, come on! Come on! Oh, don't hit the ground! Don't hit the ground! I can actually feel myself straining to try and get this to pull up, but it's just not happening. This is what happens when you fly on the absolute limit. I've been a busy bee. I was doing this before our last stream, after our last stream, sorry, and I've not streamed since. I've been streaming for the last sort of hour and a half, so I'm only going to be here for another 20 minutes. Will the word still continue if you were in the world and I wasn't, or does it rely on me being the host? I don't know about that one. I'm just wondering or would it just allow you to load up the game of your own accord? Or do I have to invite you? Ah, it's on my PC, so in order for you to join me, I'd have to... Alright, okay. I was wondering why I hadn't seen you. I was just realising that you're not actually... So you'd have to be on at the same time I was on, right. Okay, yeah, I've been building something big. I wonder if you... Shadow copy it, yeah. But then imagine you'd have things like syncing issues and saving issues and stuff, because you'd have 2 copies. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is then you're gonna have like it's almost like a split timeline where you'd have like, well, I made decisions that did this thing, but then you did this thing. Yeah, that's well, you've got me on my you've got me on my friend, so you can we can work something out when we're on at the same time. But yeah, I've been busy. So this is my large grid mining ship that I've been building. I've been building a large grid mining ship without a jetpack. This has been taking me a while. I had to build a scaffolding around it just so I can get around. But I've got side thrusters, I've got upwards thrusters, I just need forwards and backwards and a gyro. I'm thinking a gyro here would actually be a good idea. Hopefully 1 gyro will be enough. But yeah, I've had a pretty busy time of it. It's been fun. I was in the process of trying to build you like a little fighter, because like I say, I didn't realise about the whole having to be online at the same time thing. So I was hoping that. Great for an hour or so. Yeah. Oh, I've been building this ship for I've been building this ship for the last hour and a half. What else I've been doing is when we're next on together, I've got a little base I've been building. So I was trying to get it to be airtight. So I've been learning about airtight rules. So we've got doors. And then we've got like a hydrogen tank which I've been filling here. Got a large cargo container, and I've got these as my purely stone sorters. So hopefully I'll be building some bigger refineries at some point. But at the moment these 2 are handling everything quite well. And then eventually what I'll do is I'll have some larger refineries to do the more rare ores, or even build more stone refineries as we go. Because the basic refiner will only refine stone and some of the basic ores. The larger... Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Yeah, so I have been rather busy. I've been doing a lot of this behind the scenes, just offline, because a lot of it was just really boring, repetitive mining, and I hate watching that, and I hate doing it, so I certainly wouldn't want to subject other people to watching me do it. But I've had to do some mining while I've been here because I keep running out of iron, and I can't find any more supplies at the moment from what I can see. Speaking of which, there is... Oh, no, I pressed the Windows key. I did not mean to do that. An auto miner? That sounds exciting. You mean like one of those inchworm things? Or do you mean one of those, like a little rover, like a little drone that goes off and flies and mines stuff? So I've been digging here because I want to kind of turn this into like a hangar. So I want to build this into so on the side here. Yeah. I mean, there is a mod I've got which is just like, it just mines it out for you instantly, but I think that's cheating, so I haven't used that one. Where just kind of like, you can grid out exactly how big you want the hole. And it's good for drilling like straight tunnels and stuff like that. You know, like square tunnels. But yeah, yeah. Well, that's something we can look into. I've realised that battery-powered vehicles are just a no. It's just not happening. I just simply cannot generate enough power to charge batteries to run vehicles for any particular length of time. So the new ship is going to be, hopefully there's some more iron underneath this snow. Not due to gravity, it's due to the fact that it's to charge them. Basically, because the wind turbines don't generate as much energy as they used to, and the hydrogen engine seems to just burn through ice without really doing much. There isn't much wrong with the progression, so to speak. Progression's fine, as far as I can see. I'd say it's just power generation. I haven't got any... ores are a little bit rarefied, so like I say, you can't find a lot of the rare ores that you used to be able to find on the ground as easily as you would. Whoops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. 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 Come on. There we go. 55. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, we'll need to go and get uranium for reactors, so that means we need to go to space. Um, I was... This is very unstable when it gets heavy because it's not got enough power. Well, it's got power, but it doesn't have enough engines, basically. And I'm loath to put more engines on it because that would mean they use more power. What the heck was that? Oh, it's a tree. So when I'm getting to about 55 to 60,000 kilos, that's kind of its limit, and it gets very upset. And it can easily roll over. It'll start falling from the sky if I, try to descend too fast. Because, like I say, the gravity is brutal. No. The actual drainage is fine. The actual energy drainage is fine. It's about 47%, 40% total. But I'm only ever getting like 20-30% battery at the best of times anyway. So if I stick another couple of engines on to make it handle better, I'll get even less range out of it. It's just diminishing returns at this point. The way I designed it and the way I built it is 50 to 60,000 kilograms was all it was going to be able to carry anyway. So it's when it's absolutely at its max, then that's when the problems start. It starts getting very unstable on rolling, and if I cut the engines to descend, I might not stop before I hit the ground. Yeah. Like that, for example. Look, it's just, the engines are still running, but it was still falling. So it's done a really good job considering the fact that I slapped it together and didn't really know what I was doing. So yeah, but on this planet it's even worse because the gravity's pretty much double. So if you come down too hard, you're gonna lose an engine, maybe two. So yeah, it's been quite fun. I've been enjoying myself. There we go, lock that together. Hopefully that should be enough material for now. But yeah, I left well, you'll be on when I'm. If you go back to the world, you'll be on when I'm on. I'd left a modification on your pod because I didn't know how it was going to work in terms of the multiplayer. I put a little survival ration pack creator with some materials in it. So if you obviously it's not going to be a case of we'll be on at different times. So I figured I'd at least leave you some supplies in the little base, that you're currently attached to. So there's like food, water, and all sorts of things. I wasn't just going to cut down the entire thing around you. Yeah, I don't think Chef May will make it as the gravity. Well, about that, I've had to revert to save a couple of times. At one point, I lost control of this thing and ended up flipping it over. So I tried to... No, what was it? I was trying to move your ship over here. No, I can fly it because I've crashed it several times. I tried moving it by picking it up. I tried flying it over. I tried a couple of things, and there was a lot of explosions. Mistakes were made, and I had to revert save back a few minutes. I mean, 4 to 6 second delay. That's not bad. I mean, my delays used to be like 30 seconds. So I'm quite pleased with that. Oh, where's my? That is not a time for me to be losing my bottles. Where's it gone? 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 I don't actually have any plans. This is my plan to a degree is to get this mining ship. Well, I'm going to try and get this mining ship at least flying before I finish today. I don't think it'll be mining, but it'll be flying. Then the next plan will be to get it into a condition where it can start mining and exploring. This is going to be hydrogen powered. Now, the only thing I'm not too sure about is if the 2 hydrogen tanks that I've put on it are going to be enough. Whether it's going to just be too short range. I was debating to put a large hydrogen tank on it, but at the same time, I didn't want to make it too big. But I figure 2 small hydrogen tanks and the ability to make its own hydrogen fuel, it should be more than capable of sort of like fending for itself. And then I'm going to build 2 drills on the front of it. So plan today is get this airborne. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to use up all the iron that I was potentially going to have. Oh, yeah. Let's see, let's have a look at production. What are we making at the moment? Right, so I don't need those and I don't need those. At least I don't think I do. Hopefully this will work. So yeah, so that sounds like a plan to me. You made a small Thomas the Tank Engine ship. That sounds awesome. Was it painted blue? Yeah, I hope it was painted blue. No, I don't need progression. I need to go into production, go into assembler. I don't really need you. I just need you to make me some. It's a good thing you don't have to build large versions of components. Right, there we go. So that's fine. So, how are we doing for hydrogen? Hydrogen, what are we doing? Right, stockpile on, stockpile on. They are not producing any hydrogen, so. Yeah, that's fine. We'll see in a minute. So, we've got that, we've got that. I need. Whoops. Thinking, should I put an oxygen tank on this, or should I just put an extra hydrogen tank? Decisions. I think I'm going to put an extra hydrogen tank, and I'll put it there. I think that's probably the most sensible thing to do, just to give it the extra range. Let me see what we can do. Alright, production, assembler. Okay, so that's fine. I've got that. We've got inventory. Got to hide this off. Right, so thinking if I put another hydrogen tank there, that then matches up with that. Right, let's get this done. Let's get it built. We want to get it built. Yes, we do. And we want to do it now. Come on. So I'm thinking if I can then have sticking out the side, I can have the front and rear thrusters. Yeah. So it's a bit of a brick, I'll be honest, but it's my brick. There are many like it, but this one is mine. I will love my brick, and I will give it a girl's name, and I will be faithful. This is the only brick that I'm going to be getting. Check my Steam. Check my Steam. My Steam? My Steam. Oh, many unread chat messages. Oh, you sent me a message. Sorry about that. Oh yeah. Right, I'll give those a read. Those are awesome. I like that. I like that. We need to introduce that to the map. We definitely need to introduce that to the map. Wait. What was I doing? Yeah. It looks like one of those things that I would love to like watch crash slowly. You know, like the slow-mo guys just kind of and just watch it just disintegrate. So I imagine it would be epic. It was something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was something Splitsies did. The drone like Skyrim. Oh yeah, they're like the dragons. Yeah, when you. Yeah, I've seen the Thomas the Tank Dovahkiin mod. That was fun. Peep peep as your doom arrives. Come on. Not having a jetpack is really getting on my nerves. You just hear going peep peep. Well, I've got a jetpack, but it doesn't work. That's the part. Well, it doesn't work in terms of like lifting me off the ground. But this is the punishment I gave to myself, so. See? That was not fun. Oh, come on. No, I love stuff like this. It's awesome. Let me see if we can have more of those. It doesn't look out. Yeah. So right, I was in. What was I doing? I was thinking about something. Oh yes, I was going to put some engines on. So this needs to have some. Yeah, I just like because I've seen some of them like things like yeah the wheels. I've seen some like the some people have done like the Babylon space station and stuff like that, and then crashed it. I can't remember what the name of the channel is now. They're on YouTube, and they take a lot of like big build spaceships, and then they do like crash test. So they'll show you like the intricate details of all the different like the rooms, the bridges, the different sections of the ship, and how a nice full view of what it looks like. And then they send it through the re-entry mod, so that it actually burns up on re-entry and then crashes into the ground. There's almost nothing left by the time. Yeah, I've seen it. Is it Last Time Gamers, I think, is one of them, and a few others. Yeah, I love that stuff. It's amazing. Let's get this into production. I have seen some really awesome battles, yeah. I can barely handle against the NPCs, let alone take on another player. Why are you... There we go. Falcon, that sounds familiar. Oh, Millennium Falcon, nice. I've seen someone, they made an automated miner that could eat an entire asteroid. You know, with like a fork. It was just like a big, it's like a big starfish that just clamped onto an asteroid and then just started grinding away. Just grab my legs. Oh, my legs. I feel I am getting old. Let's have a look and get this done. YT 1300 freighter, yes. The Millennium Falcon. Yes. It's what you need. It's what you need in life. I need this to have fuel in it, otherwise what's going to happen is I'm going to release it from its bonds and it's just going to fall out of the sky, and then it's going to explode, and that's going to be looking absolutely hilarious, but it's still not going to work. Do do be do do. Do 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 do. Come on. Come on. Please don't let it drop. That would be one hell of a base drop. Literally. Oh dear. I mean, I don't even know how much this thing weighs, but I know it's going to do a lot of damage. I have a feeling I've just run out of iron again. No, I'm still going. Space step. We don't just drop base, we drop ships. On your face. And on your base. Yeah, this is true. But that involves a lot of steel plate that I just do not have right now. I can build functional things, and that's about it. Okay, so let me just double check. So we've got control panels, small hegemony tank. These are your well, that's your problem. I find your lack of steel plate disturbing. Let's see. Right, I am going to turn you off for the time being. I know what you meant. These are your issues. These are your problems. These are challenges that need to be overwhelmed. No, dear. I am somewhat too sarcastic for my own good. Right, so I think I'm gonna use the mining ship to go get me some hegemogen. Hegemogen? There we go, hegemogen. That's the new fuel of the future. And we are slowly losing fuel. Right. Right. Let's refill the bottles. I love the fact that I can refill The only thing it needs really is it's going to need some armor at some point, but other than, it's not going to be like a bore miner, so I don't need to worry about it being like within the realm of the drills. I just need it to be powerful enough to lift its own weight and whatever I put in it. I was going to use a large. I've got 2 small cargo containers in there at the moment. I'm debating to build a third. But I'm thinking that 2 will be fine for them for the time being. Because 2 of those small cargo containers is still 5 times bigger than this one. In terms of volume. So I think in terms of cargo that should be more than enough. And then what I am going to do is I'm going to armor the bottom here. And I'll put some landing gear on it. Throw a clan cola at it. I'll be honest, I tend to leave my ship names up to the people watching. So me and my friend, one of my other friends who's a streamer, Potato. She sometimes comes in the channel. We made a fighter that had something like 30 Gatling guns on it, and we called it HMS Freedom Eagle Burger II. So we were Freedom's. It was heavy armor in this gravity. That's gonna. No, I'm gonna use light armor. It's just more because light armor will take the hit. Freedom Eagle II, yes. HMS Freedom Eagle. It was exercising its full Second Amendment rights. It had all the guns. It then had guns attached to its guns, which had more guns on them. There's a clip on my... If you go into my Twitch clips, I think there is actually a clip of me attacking... this is in another game save, of me attacking a carrier, which was called... I think it was called the Le Monde. So I assumed it was Scottish, and therefore as an Englishman I had to attack it. And I went in on, I did the, yeah, like I say, go on my clips. There should be a video of it. And there's basically where I kind of do like a little trench run. So it's like I'm flying through this little trench. I'm in attack position, ready to go in, and then I move up and I start, climbing to attack this carrier. And I managed to get, I think, about a 3 or 4 second burst of machine gun fire off. And I lost all control of my craft. And I was like, why are none of the controls working? Like, why is, can I not move it? Can I not, fire my guns or anything? And what had happened is they'd managed to shoot me in such a place that my cockpit detached from the rest of the ship and flew off in a straight line forward under its own momentum. And all I could see was the burning rear half of my ship just kind of like floating in space. I was on the moon of I was on the moon of Europa, I think it was, so the gravity was next to nothing. So I was just kind of like, instead of like falling instantly, I just kind of started floating off serenely into space. Bye-bye, my ship. Yeah, it was bye-bye. But it's the fact that like it took me a couple of seconds to realise that there was something wrong. Because I'm like, why can't I do anything? And then I kind of like, I zoom out and all you just see is my cockpit on fire, just like kind of like floating through space while the ship burns behind me. And I don't even think I scratched it in the end. That was the worst part. I didn't even do any damage. Because it was still patrolling and doing its thing. And it's one of the ships that patrols around here. So, what I've learned from while you've been away, what I've learned from my little reconnoiters is that we are on top of, well, I discussed it with you last time, we are on top of a mountain, okay? There are no bases nearby, because I've got a mod that installs like ground bases, which will launch drones, so we can raid those for materials. So we are on top of a mountain that doesn't have any bases nearby. However, we do have regular patrols of carriers, very heavy combat vessels, and cargo ships and the occasional troop transport, which are starting to get a little bit close to the base. Some of them have actually come within a kilometre. They haven't actually engaged me directly, but they've kind of come in on a glide path, and then they all seem to have parachutes for some reason, which slows them down to next to nothing. But they don't land and they don't come in for an assault. They just seem to just fly past and then just kind of meander on at like 3 kilometers, like 3 meters a second. So we can't get off this plateau in a rover. That throws our plans out. We cannot leave here on wheels because the cliffs are too steep. I think you might have seen my little flight before, where I went round the mountain that we're on, and it's sheer cliffs all the way around. There's no, you could potentially get a rover down there, but by the time you do, there'll be nothing left of it. And you're certainly not getting back up the other side because it's all a big valley. There's one, from what I can see, there is one, maybe 2 paths down to the Green Plains, which are about 10 kilometers away. But there are a lot of enemy bases and drones around there, which, if we are going to make a move at some point in that direction, we're going to want to be heavily armed. This is why I was thinking at some point of having like a mobile mothership. I didn't really want to build. Well, I didn't really want to build a base like this, but I realised I need this level of production. I need this level of industry in order to ramp up production. The base that we originally had was too small. This one has the ability to be expanded into the mountain for safety, so we can definitely increase the amount of processing we can do. We can increase the amount of assemblers we've got. We can increase the amount of refiners, and that will be a case of working from there what we want to do. I could probably do with some more water, I think. Okay, so we'll put those in there. So we've got plenty of oxygen, I've got plenty of those, and you've got plenty of those. I don't know why that's happening. It might be the mods, to be honest. What I'll do is I'll go through the mod list and I'll reduce a few of them, because there are quite a few mods there. I added some of the ones that I have myself, which are kind of like where like on the cargo containers, how you can see how they're full. This is a really cool mod. Stuff like this, these are the kind of mods that I like, because it's just simple things like that. No, because none of my mods are construction ones. They're not. None of them add additional parts. Well, apart from 2, but they were already in the game when you joined. But yeah, most of my mods are just quality of life, difficulty, that sort of thing. Right, how are we doing for fuel? Okay, so I think we need to get this thing in the air. So we've got forward, backward, rear thrusters. We've got left and right, and we've got down. Nice. Good luck trying to get all the steel to build that thing, just so you know. To be fair, what I'll do is if I can get this ship working, you can have the other miner. And then that'll give you a head start for like building whatever you want. Oh, I'll mine. Oh, he will mine. He will mine until there is no more mining left to be done. Yeah, your C drive having 40 megabytes left, that might be helping. I ended up having to buy a 2 terabyte hard drive to reinstall my entire Steam library, so that I don't have to strategically reinstall games. Oh, you've not seen, because you've not got me on Twitter, have you? Or my not going to be on Twitter. I've got something you're going to love. Check out my beast of a new case. It's an old legacy LAN party case. Yeah, so it's a Cooler Master 533 ammo. I'm going to use it to build my new PC. It's absolutely huge. And I've got another Cooler Master case coming through, mainly for spare parts and fans. But I'm also going to use that to recase one of my old PC, I think, because I want better fans. Obviously, I don't mean you guys. You found the fans are awesome, but I mean the actual chassis fans. Someone turned around to me once and went, "You've got no fans." I went, "Actually, I think you'll find I do. I have got followers. I have fans." Oh dear. I'm not that big-headed. I don't think like that, honest. I'm just as amazed when one person follows me as 100. So it feels really good. It really does. Right. So engines. Can I have that? I was monologuing to myself in the car the other day. I was like, what would I actually do if, like, say for some miraculous reason I end up like really super popular on like Twitch or something like that? What would I actually do with myself? It's like, if I got invited to like award ceremonies or something like that, why am I here? Why me? I'm too boring for this. Oh, dear. But yeah, no. I worked it out. It'd be like, I imagine it would be something like there'd be a joke about, we think one of the staff has, forgotten their place because they've parked their old Zafira near all the Ferraris, and they'd be like, actually, I'm that guy. That battered Zafira is mine. I came in the van, man. Came in the van. Stay humble. Yeah, so, I mean, there is that. Yeah, that's something of I do try to be a little bit. I don't know. I think the niche bit is the part that I'm working on. But at the same time, I don't want to be like tacky or like cheap, because it's very easy to be like zany and like really really hyper all the time and immediate and like you know what I mean. I couldn't do that because it would make me physically ill. I'd just be sick of myself after a while. So I actually think if I started being like, was hype man, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and started doing all that and being like really hyper and extra aggressive and energetic and do this, I think people would be really turned off. Yeah, but if I forced it, I think it would be. I think it would actually turn people away, because a lot of people like the fact that I'm really chilled out and I don't get overexcited. It's not that I'm bored. It's just that I don't oversell myself and my emotions. I do get excited sometimes when really good stuff happens, and I'm like, yes, come on, or like before when I nearly crashed, I'm like, no, stuff like that. But I certainly I appreciate the people that do have that kind of hype energy, but I'm not that guy. It's like, yeah, a bit of trouble. I mean, that's actually one of the things I like. Like, I like getting the back and forth. I like having someone to talk to more than anything. TTT. TTT. T. I would take that as a no, because I don't know what that stands for. Yeah, normal people like yeah, stuff like that. Like that's why I like Splitsy. It's just Splitsy and Capac being Splitsy and Capac. Trouble in Terrace Town. No, I've not played that. Gary's Mod game, that would be. I haven't played many Gary's Mod games at all. In fact, I've never played. I barely ever played Team Fortress or even Half Life because when those were kind of big, I mean, they were around when I was gaming. Nope. I've seen people play Prop Hunt, but it's again, it's a different niche of game. I was never into those kind of shooters. I mean, I liked Half-Life and Half-Life 2 to a degree, but I only ever played them like once or twice. I never got like ridiculously invested in them, and I never got into the modding scene or the like Gary's Mod and stuff like. I just played released games, and then I'd move on to the next one, or I'd go on to. I had a console till I was like in my mid-20s. I didn't start PC gaming properly until maybe in the last 5 years, because I didn't have a PC that could run games. I had a laptops and they could play things like EVE Online or World of Warcraft, but that was about it. But yeah, my PC at the time I only really played World of Warcraft when I was say maybe early 20s, and then my console I was mainly just playing like Halo, racing games, that sort of thing. Skyrim, lots of Skyrim. That's kind of my other thing that I enjoyed. But yeah, I kind of regret it now because I realised that I could have had a much wider base of games that I'd played. But at the same time, now that I've seen other videos of them, I'm just like, I look at them and I'm like, well, they're fun, but yeah. It's like I play Minecraft for a little bit. I do like Minecraft, um, but I like Space Engineers more. Minecraft is great, but I think it's just the square blockishness to a degree is kind of like it irks me a little bit because I like having angles. I like okay, so everything in Space Engineers is technically a square grid, but at the same time you can make angles. Yeah, physics mainly. Yeah, it's got physics. It's got a little bit more sort of building. Exactly, and usually when I'm playing, that's exactly what happens. Right, so this dear thing needs to have. So this thing needs fuel, hydrogen tank. That has nothing in it. No, I'm quite aware. I'm quite aware that my luck rating is like I can roll a natural one every day of the week. You know, I'm a D20 as well. Because you can is the perfectly valid reason. Look at the size difference between these two. That's look at the size of it. Tiny little This tiny little thing is working its backside off to build its big brother. I know the ship that I've just built is actually small compared to what you can build in Space Engineers. It's just I like the size comparisons. Like I know, I know that but size isn't everything. That's what she told me anyway. I don't think she was. I think she was lying. No, it's fun. I like the back and forth appeal. Wait, hey dog, I know you like ships, so we put a ship inside your ship so you can ship while you ship. Well, I remember once I did build a rover where I could dock like a mining ship like the size of this one on the back of it, and it was a large grid rover, so it was, you know, it could carry it around. But that's not quite what you mean. You mean like having a full-on like docking bay where you can just like land in. Never move the carrier. No, my large grid rover just basically roved around like GPS fields. Hmm. You mean for the auto miners? Yeah, that I don't use auto miners, so I just manually mine. Yeah, that's something I do need to learn to do. It's on my to-do list. I don't mind mining. I really don't. I think it's just more how much mining I have to do, which is why I like building really big mining ships, so I can just do it in one go within the limitations. Oh, hello, hello. Uh oh. We have ignition. And they are gonna burn through some plate, I tell you right now. Yeah, when it's for just rock and stuff, yeah, I can understand that. Alright, so come on, control panel. Yeah, they'll be fine. Hydrogen tank. Small hydrogen tank. 3%. I know you are and all that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Control panel. There we hydrogen thrusters. Ooh, chatty. Oh yeah, yeah. The whole algorithms thing that never. I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah, I understand algorithms to a degree. I don't necessarily agree with them too much, but it is what it is. Right. Maybe. Who knows? I've just realised I made a boob. What I should have done is I should have used a steel plate so I can cut this off. Gonna have to. I'm gonna have to cut this off. That did not have enough lift. That did not have enough lift at all. Ah, this sucks. We'll see. Yeah. Houston, we may have had a problem. The engines were on. The engines were on and they were firing, and it just went dink. Oh no! Right, I'm thinking we're going to need some more engines. He was actually opening a crunchy. Well, I opened a crunchy as well. Mine was a little bit bigger than yours, though. Oh dear. I need to sort out my hotbars. I really do. Okay, let's get some steel plate. Yep, I went crunch. I'm wondering if I can just get some. Thinking if I can just build. Okay, so that's being supported there at the moment. Let's see what we can do. So those are too heavy. I'm thinking maybe I should build one large. That might be an idea actually. And 5. Right, so I'm thinking if I build a couple more engines like that, maybe that'll do it. One, two. It's not even got any. It's not even got any cargo on yet, and it's already falling out of the sky. I'm thinking actually I might. Let's see if we go into here. If we go here. Okay. Winks at Nightbuck. Yeah. You wink at that Nightbuck. You get me those views. Work it. Okay. Oh, Nightbuck is shining bright. I'm thinking if I can build an extra engine or two, if it can at least get it to fly off the ground, I'll be happy. What I'm going to do is if I'm... I'm going to build a docking port on the top so that I can hopefully refuel with some of its own fuel. I think what had happened was I don't think it had enough fuel for all of its engines. I think that might have been actually what happened rather than simply not being powerful enough. But I'm going to build some more engines anyway. Because it only had like 3 or 4% fuel. I think it just used up all of its fuel. So, but that would mean that it would be burning fuel faster than I can use it. We'll find out. It's gonna be just one of those. I'm gonna have to experiment with it. If it turns out that it's not fuel efficient enough, I'm gonna need to build a ship. I'm gonna need to add more fuel tanks. It's already got 3, so that should be enough. Hello? I didn't realise stress... Oh, did I put stockpile on the tanks? I think I did. Did I stockpile the tanks? That's a good point. I did stockpile the tanks. That would be why. So I'm thinking it might have just been trying to fly off what was residually in any of the piping. And lift! Avante! Do you even lift, bro? Bro, do you even lift? Control panel. Control panel. Yeah, no, but there should be at least still enough fuel to run some of the engines. Right, I'm gonna have to... Da-da-da-da-da. Right, so... No, it's not parked. It's currently just sat in whatever it's broken. So it's sat in a rather convenient hole. You know, I couldn't have planned it better myself. Assembler. This is true. This is very true. Is there a ladder in my... I'm sure there's a ladder in here somewhere. There's a halfway to the stairs. I'm sure there's a ladder in the lists. No? Oh, there we go. Ladder. We need interior plates. We can get interior plates. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. No, we can't. Yes, we can. There we go. Come on. Give me a ladder. There you go. Right. Okay, we're up here. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All right. So what we need to do is we need to go on here. Five. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? Where's the thing? Charge that up. Grab some steel plate. Burgess box. Thank you. Almost done. It's not a complete loss. We can do this. Come on. Oops. There we go. Right, so we're going to build this. I have to do this. Oops. We have to fill this the old-fashioned way. Right, so if I could take my mining ship. Crash. Crazy? Yeah, probably. It's alright. Rage. Usually I just face roll across the keyboard. I don't bother typing anymore. I just, just face roll. It's fine. Yeah, exactly. That's precisely my thoughts on the matter. Right, so come on, let's see if we can fuel the brick. That's actually epic. I love that. That's awesome. I appreciate it. I really do. Right, so they're not currently being damaged. This is good. I now can't get to the cockpit on this thing. Nuts. Trust me to build a cockpit that I can't actually see it. There you go. Yum, 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 yum. Right, so I'm just going to keep filling this up with ice. And he's in. Yeah, jump doesn't work on this ship. On this planet, sorry. Jumping is not a thing. Yeah, let's see. Small hydrogen tank. Small cargo container. Yeah. Whee. Right, so I'm just going to make, now that I've turned the engines off, I'm just going to take a couple of runs at just filling this thing up with ice. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it will take off once it's got enough fuel. But everything's connected by connection ports and yeah, everything's connected, so it should theoretically take off. Unless it's a case of that all the thrusters that are on it are just simply not enough to lift it. And I might have to do what I've got with this one, where I've got two large thrusters on the back, which is something I can factor into the design. Yeah, because some of the engines weren't in the saved group, they decided to turn on, and yeah, they did some damage. Yeah, pretty much. Sounds about right. I mean, the great thing about this is, like I say, that the capacity on this is like a fifth of the other ship. This is why I didn't use a large container, because I just knew it wasn't going to get off the ground easily. Actually, what I should have really done is worked out exactly how much weight a hydrogen engine can lift before continuing. Yeah, the weight difference for large box, but I would have thought that the hydrogen engines would. Well, then again, it's the gravity difference, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're making progress, ain't it? If I can get this ship to take off, I will consider that a success, and then that will be the end of the day. I think. Yeah, it's the double gravity that's really the kicker. I'm usually fairly good at building hydrogen ships as well, so it's okay. It's just one of those. I'll get it done. Doubling the numbers. That sounds like a plan. Right. Oops. Let's have a look, see, shall we? Your numbers mean nothing to me. Right, force 480. Okay, so we are currently, how are we looking for fuel? We have got 9%. Okay. Woo! Oh! Ah! Ah! I am on fire! I am burnings. Ah. I think I now have too many engines. Woo! Woo! I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning. It just literally just blew up like most of the landing pad. Right, okay, we need to get this thing on the ground before it truly dies. Come on, get on the ground, get on the ground, get on the ground. No. Aha. The other's perspective of me going, oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Right, so I definitely want to build some sort of what did I? Oh no, I've still got the side engines. I think I don't need that many engines. I think what I'm going to do is I could get rid of some of the bottom engines. Because that clearly is far too many. Is it that this thing is incredibly maneuverable. Which for a mining ship is concerning me. Ooh, scrap. I'm going to get some scrap. Thank you. That's not why I'm on fire, no. No. I'm on fire because... Oh, I think it hit something. Yeah, I think it hit something. Yeah. It's just a hunch. Yeah, you need to stop blinking, my friend. It's like it's like the weeping angels from Doctor Who. As soon as you blink, something terrible happens. It's alright, it's fine. I am perfectly fine with things going awry. I have no issues with this at all. Yeah, the up thrust go needs to be toned back a little bit. I definitely need to get some more fuel in it because the fuel just isn't going to last long enough with all these engines. I'm thinking I should be able to get by with that many engines. So yeah, so it was definitely a fueling issue by the looks of it. And then me, at the moment, I'm just concerned about getting it flying without being too. Yeah, it's not got any cargo at the moment. But I think 4 upwards engines should be enough. Full load. Yeah, I don't think this is ready for a full load just yet. It's a little bit upset. Everything is on fire. Yeah, the hydrogen engine has just been completely nuked. Full load. Yeah, I think that'll do. Right. What I'll do is keep falling down a hole. Stop falling down the hole. Oh dear. If only the ship hadn't exploded and put a hole there, that would have been beautiful, man. What I'll do is fall down. It's like I'll fall down a hole again. I'll keep falling down a hole. What you gonna do? What you gonna do about it, man? What you gonna do about it? How about I fix the hole? There we go. There we go. No more hole. No, that'll do for now. Just so I can get down there. Right. Yeah. So I don't need to. Right. The hydrogen engine's kind of knackered. So it blew up my my ramp so that I can actually get into my ship. That would also be helpful. Don't crash on me. What am I going to do apart from cry? I'm going to see if I can get some more fuel in it. The harder they fall. Have I broken 1 million kilos of blocks? So I got an achievement. That sounds cool. I get achievements and I don't even know what I've done to achieve them. I have to check it later. But yeah, I'm gonna put some fuel in this ship and then we'll see how we can see what we can do. I might even be able to get away with well, I've got because I've got 2 engines in each direction at least. So I've got 2 front, 2 rear. I think I could probably get away with 1. I'm not too sure though. Let's see if we can. Oh, that looks. Is that black? Oh, it's not got a green light on it, has it? Oh no. Right, so yeah, that's not lit up. That's not going to connect. See, that's why I put a ladder on the front of it. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I didn't need you to. Come on. No, I don't want you to. Oh, it's the jetpack that's really. Come on, stop it. There we go. Right, I need that to be. Stopped responding. Uh oh. No, I'm responding. I'm here. Just stop. Just. I'm not blinking. Honest. It's fine. It's all fine. It reminds me of that overly attached girlfriend's like, it's very hard to sleep when your eyes don't close. They're just kind of like, yeah, just keep staring. It's fine. Right. Okay. So we should be able to just jump into this bad boy, and then hopefully not die. On a scale of 1 to not die, we would like to be on not die. Well, that was not the intended result that I wanted. Hydrogen engine off. But at least, to be fair, oh, that's damaged as well now. So that's damaged, that's okay. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. So I'm having trouble with this dumpster fire that I seem to have created. But it's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Honestly, it's fine. Look. There we go. Let's keep going. So I'm getting to about 3 hours, 10 minutes. So I'm going to try and see if I can get this ship at least upright. I could do with this ship being upright. This is the one time when there isn't a cargo port on the bottom of the ship that I can actually get to, is there? Thought so. Oops. Right, Stampers are relative to large grid, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm off tomorrow as well, actually. My days off are really weird. So, basically I work 4 on, 4 off. So my day off rolls throughout the week. So yeah, I'm off tomorrow. Yeah, well, I work for I deal with testing basically. So I just answer the phones and emails. So I do call center work. It's a daily job, but someone's got to do it. But the reason that it's kind of obviously a job takes priority over my streaming anyway, is that the money's pretty good. So, and it's only short term. So I'm gonna get as much money as I can in as little time as possible before the contract ends, and then so there'll be plenty of overtime, plenty of what have you. And then that's going to be paying for things like my new gaming PC when that comes about. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Well, I don't mind because I've done custom service pretty much my entire life. So for me, it's not even a challenge anymore. So full system. Right. So how much? Oh, we have no hydrogen. No hydrogen because all of our tanks are on fire. Right. I tell you what I'm going to do. This is going to take me a lot of time to repair. So I'm going to. I think this flaming. I think with this barbecue that we have set up, that's a good place to stop, at least in terms of what I'm doing. Right, well, let me just double check my needs. I'm just gonna round it down, and we'll just discuss what's going to happen next. Well, you and me, if you're on tomorrow and you're up for it, we can work together and try and improve our lot in terms of the equipment we've got. We can probably build you a mining ship. Oh yeah, of course, you're more than welcome. If you've got any friends that want to join in, feel free. But we'll try and see if we can get... I'll try and remove some of the mods just to see if that's causing the problems with you being able to log in. Yeah, I'm not asking you to do all the work for me. No, we'll work together. This will be our... I believe in teamwork. I believe that everyone should have a share in the spoils. That's just me. Did I have any water left? I'm pretty sure I did. Ah, there we go. Friends? You mean slaves, yes? I mean friends, yes. Indentured servants who work on my behalf for my benefit. I mean, if you want to break your back building stuff and digging holes, that's fine by you. I'm not going to stop you. But it's certainly not expected of you. No, I don't work like that. No. I'm very much of the cooperative. I like working together. I mean, I will like supervise and take charge to a degree, but that's only because I believe in the end goal. I used to play EVE Online a couple of years ago, and I was actually one of the leaders of an alliance. So it was funny explaining to my boss in a job interview for a promotion that I had experience dealing with several thousand employees at the same time, and that I could micromanage a team of, say, maybe 1,000 people. They didn't believe me. They thought that I was kidding. I was like, no, we build ships that have a real world monetary value. We build like carriers and stuff. We didn't get to the point of building Titans. That would have been awesome, but we did have like we had lots of like weapon production, carrier production, motherships, that sort of thing, industrial ships. That we had a very big industrial base because we were mainly an industrial alliance, and I was be like, I have a team of like several hundred people directly underneath me that I pretty much control. It's not that they do as I say. It's just like, look, this is what we as an alliance need to get done. These are the tasks you can do to help to this. So we'd give people job contracts or incentives to mine certain materials or to produce certain components. And I loved it. It was great. I'm also responsible for destroying that alliance just with my words, which I still hold to this day as something I'm proud of, even though maybe I shouldn't. Basically, there was obviously all the different corporations come together, and we had like a board of people who were in charge. And me being, because I was like the second in command of my corporation, I was often on that board because the CEO was often away, and we got into a bit of an argument with one of the PvPers. Because there were two sides to the alliance. There was the industrial base, which were all the Care Bears like me who like to sit in a asteroid field mining, and going doing the PvE stuff. And then there was the PvPers who like to go fighting with all the stuff that we built for them. And what they wanted to do was they wanted to move everything we had from the safe, blue ally space that we had set up with other alliances to effectively lawless space, where we'd be, where obviously there was more battles, there was more fighting, there was a lot more competition for resources. Now, granted, the resources themselves would be a little bit more lucrative, but the problem is that the industrials like me, we were all set up in one part of space, and where they wanted to go was on the other side of the system, the other side of the galaxy. I was like, it's too far away. We can't make are you going to give us escort for these 20 jumps we have to make? They're like, well, no, you're going to have to move all your stuff down here. I was like, but we've worked up our reputation for these factions, for these stations that we're at, to get the taxes down so that we don't lose 10% of our yield every single time we refine something. I'm like, yeah, but we want to go fighting. I was like, okay, that's fine, but how are you going to do that without any ammo? And they were, well, you're coming with us. You're going to be making our ammo. I was like, no, I'm not moving. He says, I've got my operation here. I can quite happily set up where I'm going. You can come back and pick up ammo from me, but I'm not traveling 20 jumps through basically unprotected space in a ship that has a life expectancy of a fly hitting a windshield. And they took exception to that. And eventually, the sort of the leader of the alliance, as it were, he rage quit just because I argued with him, and he disbanded the entire alliance and then reformed it without our cooperation. Oh dear, but it was funny. Oh. I was still my proudest moment. The fact that I just absolutely ripped apart every argument that he came at me with, logically. But I was right, and that is something I do in my day job as well. It's just, the old saying, like, the customer is always right. I disagree, because a lot of the time the customer is wrong, because the customer doesn't actually bother to pay attention to what they've bought, or what any of their rights are. And I often explain it to them, and they don't like it. No, basically, we should have just done as we were told. That was the answer. You're going to do what we say because we're in. No, she can talk to my manager. Oh god. I am not the manager. I don't have to worry about that. Although my current employer is trying to kind of push supervisory kind of roles on me, and I dealt with like VIP customers and very high value contracts and stuff, and I'm like, I've only been here like 2 weeks. I'm not that good. Leave me alone. But I think it's because of my background that I just naturally take to the environment, so I have a measured way of speaking with people. This is actually, this voice that I use, it's not put on. This is actually kind of like my customer service voice that I use to speak on the phone with. And the problem I have is because I've got so used to speaking this way, I can't turn it off. I don't even remember what my real accent is anymore because I'm from Cheshire. Someone asked me to explain what my job was without saying what my job was. I said, my job is to explain to people how wrong they are so well that they agree with me and still think they're right. No, when you're dealing, so you have to. I think it's more because of the way that I don't generally swear. It's more the way I speak, not necessarily the sound of my voice. So it's often to do with like the tone that I use, and because I've done it for like 16 years of my life, I've always spoken the same way. So that eventually became how I talk. That is now me. This is me now. I am customer service man. How may I how may I help you? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a customer announcement. How may I help you? Yeah, I used to do tannoys and everything. It was great. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can get away with, obviously. It depends on the way you speak. Like I say, I worked in Altrincham in Manchester. I don't live there anymore, but I used to work there, and it was it's kind of very hoity-toity, very well-to-do around there. Lots of rich people. So you had to sort of like the way they spoke to you, and the way you spoke to them had to be more sort of different. I mean, they'd speak to you like absolute garbage, but you had to, dot your T's. Hello, brother. Woo. Anyway, I'll let you go. I will catch you. I'll give you a message. I'll shoot you a message later, and then we'll work out tomorrow. Like I say, I'm not really doing anything apart from getting maybe my eyes tested so I can get some new glasses. Yeah, I've done it for years as well. You have a great night. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Um, and I will catch you tomorrow. So take care, man. I have been Syndraxian. Thank you all for watching. Catch you soon.